So now I think we are coming into the port of Piraeus. It looks to be like a port to me. And the anticipated time of arrival was 6:20. We did leave 40 minutes late, but it looks like we might get there at 6:20 anyways. As usual, we slept not so good. But we are awake and we're having a coffee, an espresso right quick to get some energy. Did some stretching for 5 minutes, and I think that this may be the port. So the air is pretty cool this morning. The water is pretty calm, so that I think maybe they made up for the last 40 minutes from being late, because the water is pretty calm, so it must have been pretty smooth sailing all night. We did see one island before, but now this is all the mainland. So welcome to Piraeus. So we're here at the port of Piraeus. We are arriving, due to arrive at 6:20. It looks like actually we might be 10 minutes early, even though we left 40 minutes late. But we are already here, and the ferry is beginning to turn now. We should be disembarking in about 10 minutes. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I think they made up for lost time because the water seems pretty calm. So he must have made good timing during the night.
We are here in Athens, 6:50 in the morning. We just arrived here in Athens with a ferry from Chios, the port of Piraeus. We took the metro line number 1, the green line. Our stop was Tavros, and this is the neighborhood when we're staying for 3 days, and now we have to go and check where our apartment is. So we just got in front of the apartment. This is there. I think this is the door where we have to go through, and I think the apartment is one of those balconies up there. And we are here in Athens in a street called Marathonos, and it's really close, like 5-minute walk to the tram, from the metro stop named Tavros, like 5 minutes walk. So on the green line, if you come from Piraeus, the port of Athens, you take the green line. This is the neighborhood where we're staying for 3 days. And it's still like 7 and something in the morning. It's pretty quiet. It's a Friday morning. Actually, it's a Saturday morning, so there's already like a coffee shop with Italian coffee there. So we were waiting here outside this coffee shop. We got a coffee there, and we asked the lady, they have something with no milk. She wasn't sure, but then after 10 minutes she came back and she gave us these 2 cookies. She said there's no milk. This is the other one.
We're not sure if it's 100% vegan though.
Yeah, she said there's no milk.
She didn't speak any English,
but I mean, that was nice. She just came out and gave this to us. So some Greek hospitality, I must say. Like, that's cool. We are here at our apartment in Athens. This is a toilet. This is the room where we're sleeping. Some books here. Down, there's like the stairs that they go down. Stairs? That makes sense. Downstairs, you go down the stairs. And this is the kitchen and living room. Fridge, kitchen area, living room, Stacy. There's another bathroom here downstairs. And then I think there's a little courtyard that I guess we can use. And I think the guy lives here, and when he's not here, when he's like traveling or away from his job. I think he's putting his house on B&B. So we came here a little early, 7:30. We were supposed to be here at 8, and his parents showed us the apartment, and so that's cool. Okay, today is like our first day here in Athens. Saturday morning. We just got off at the station, Green Line of Petralonia, something like that. We just like randomly walking around the neighborhood here. We're trying to see if we can get to the Acropolis, just like walking, because I think otherwise we would have to change metro station like 3 times or something. So we just want to see if we can explore by foot. It's a nice day here in Athens, sunny. Air is a little bit still cold. I think if you're in the shade it's pretty cold. If you're in the sun it's starting to get warm. So now just walking around here. So far Athens seems like I mean, you can feel it's like an old town. Obviously this neighborhood is like a regular neighborhood where the locals live. I think as we get close to the historical city center, I'm sure the environment will change. So this is what you can see here behind me, around me. I guess April still there's not many people around as far as tourists. So far I think we haven't seen any. Metro, train was pretty empty. So it's end of April, so but there's advantages of exploring this time of the year. Prices are lower and there's less people around, so I will see. We got to this place, we don't know if it's what we were looking for. We're looking for this thing, little mountain or mount. It's called Mount Lycabettus, if I remember correctly. And according to Stacy behind me, she's like claiming that she remembers that she walked these streets like 20 years ago, which I don't believe that she does.
It's true, I remember.
Okay. And maybe she does, but we just like walked randomly around here, so maybe.
But I found the place, so it means that I knew where I was going.
I don't know if you can claim it that you found it, because you're not 100% sure that this is the place. So we're just walking around a little bit more and see if this is the place or just a city park. So actually there's a view from here, but we don't know if it's what we were looking for. I mean, for all we know, we should have gone to the other side of the city, who knows. But definitely you can see Athens from here. So we'll see. So Stacy, this is not the place we were supposed to go. That was like 4 kilometers away.
My plan was just to bring us up to some place that would give us a view of the city view that I remember when I was here many years ago.
But since it was many years ago, probably you weren't even on this hill, but who knows which hill you were on.
Maybe I was. How do I know? All I know is I saw the city from this hill, from a hill.
You think you can just get away with it this way?
Yes.
Okay. So from this park we can see the Acropolis, but it's not the park where we're supposed to be, but still okay. And according to Stacy, which is here, she knew exactly where we were going, but I don't think that's true. But
put it this way, I just didn't know the name of the park, but the park where the Acropolis is here and we're in it, so I led us here.
Okay, so we're in Park Eiffel here in Athens, and now we're going to the Acropolis if we can get there. Okay, so apparently this park where we ended up, it's named Koilon. That's like the junction of the 3 western hills of the Acropolis.
And here's the stairs.
And it says it's one of Athens' most interesting archaeological sites. And in theory, in that direction, there should be the Acropolis.
Like the ancient stairs.
Ancient stairs.
From 6th century BC. This was known to the historian Herodotus. as the Koile Road.
And the stairs, for sure, have been here for thousands of years, or at least centuries. And these rocks too. So this is what we can see from here. Well, this is one of the things that you can see in Europe, especially Southern Europe. You just walk, you end up in a city park and thinking about the fact that people have been walking these paths for hundreds or thousands of years. I mean, it's pretty incredible. What would you have to say about that, Stacy?
I think it's good, and there's a giant heart there
Yeah.
in front of Athens. So it maybe has some good energy.
Εδώ θυμή πας εξουσίαν ουρανό και επί γης, πορευτέντες ουν μαθητεύσατε πάντα τα έθνη, βαπτίζονται σε αυτούς εις τον...
I'm still walking here and still trying to get to the Acropolis. We are in this park that I think is called Philip Pop or something, and it's not many people, which is cool. We're just like walking around and see if we can get there. It's a nice park. There's already like ruins from like hundreds of years ago, if not thousands. There's nice spots in the shade, so I think it's cool in the summer if you come here. And there's like a few tourists in this area already, but not that many. It's still manageable, so that's good. And seems pretty like nice, well kept. There's no weird people around like in some bigger parts that we've been in other major European cities, even in Italy. You know, even some parks like this in Milan, Rome, or other places, sometimes there are more sketchy people around, even like close to historical monuments. Here seems like pretty safe, pretty like chill. There's like people, you know, with kids, strollers and strollers, and you know, people like, you know, with dogs, jogging, people walking around. So it seems pretty safe. I haven't seen any weirdos around, or you know, in a lot of these parks, a lot of times there's like, you know, bums, or there's some areas where they're like, you know, drug addicts doing their own things, or you know, city parks are always famous for this. So at least this one, obviously Athens, it's huge. I'm sure there are like sketchy areas, but even like I said before, I mean, we've been to some other European cities, and even in Italy, like close to some, you know, major landmarks, sometimes there's like sketchy areas, but at least here on this side, this one seems pretty safe. This Filippo something park, and what is this, like coin or coil, I think, close to the bus metro station of Petralona or something like that. Now I have to find Stacy, because as usual she just like walks and away and disappears, but it's cool so far. So Stacy, finally I found you, because you just walk away as usual. So you want to tell people what this is?
So this structure here should be is known as the prison of Socrates, but it wasn't for Socrates. They think that because it was close to the site of Agora, it was either used as a prison or it was used as ancient baths. And basically these square things is where pieces of wood would go, and this structure would have been like 2 levels. In fact, you can see the stairs over there that would have indicated that it was like another level on top of that, so you could go upstairs. So the beams would have been supporting another level.
Since when you're an expert about Greek history?
Because I just read it on the sheet over there.
That's how you do it.
Oh putain, là il est plus petit encore. Ah ouais, ça a communiqué.
So pretty much coming from this park here in front of me where all these buses are, just in front of you, you just see the Acropolis from here, which is pretty cool. Here, just like close to the Acropolis behind me, and there's already like a ton of people here, end of April, compared to the other places where we've been in Greece. Now you can definitely tell here we are in Athens because there's already like tourists from all over. There's already like a lot of people. I'm sure not as crowded as in the summer, but still there's enough people to be busy.
So here we are at the foot of the Acropolis, and from this point, right below the Acropolis, we can see the city panorama of Athens.
So folks, we're still here at the Acropolis. We're here in this like kind of a, I don't know, square or something. It's starting to get hot. It's like 1 p.m. almost. Tourists around, not many. There's a lot of nice arches and behind me. We don't know if we're gonna get into the exploring today because I don't know if we want to like pay $30 each today, 30 euros, and there's already like a line. It's already 1 p.m. so it's getting too hot, and there's already like probably like 1 hour before we can get in. And maybe we're coming back the next few days, maybe early in the morning. But in my opinion, still these like, you know, world heritage sites should be like free, even considering how much people paying taxes all over the world. But this is still my opinion, but it's still cool to see.
So from here we have a pretty good view of the Acropolis. And we can see like we're kind of in a back alley here. If you go all the way around, you'll eventually come to actually 2 different entrances. One where all the buses stop, which is full of people, and then another entrance on the other side, which is a little less trafficked. Then there's some restaurants, but then there's this back alley area, which will take you to this view of the Acropolis.
It's still pretty cool that you can be just like in a random back alley just next to the Acropolis. You can see up there, and you know, there's people maybe living here. There's like restaurants, apartments. You know, think about the people who wake up every morning and they can see this site. I mean, it's pretty cool when you can live next to a place like this. I mean, I believe for the energy, historical importance, but obviously maybe they're not so happy about having tons of tourists all the time, just like in front of their doors, but I think it's still cool.
So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it from here or not, but there's this gypsy woman. She's asking for money, and right behind her is a cat missing an eye. So we've concluded that perhaps the cat, actually Lenny, is the one that said it. What did you say, Lenny?
It looks like the cat was a sort of a shapeshifter. I think he's like the lady's boss. He's like one-eyed, and I think he's checking her to see if she's like collecting enough money. And so we're here in this small neighborhood. Couldn't quite remember the name, but it's pretty peculiar because it's just like next to the Acropolis, and it looks like one of those really small local neighborhoods. Looks like there's people working and living here, so I don't know if they're like artists or what now, or just like locals, but it's pretty cool. Like narrow streets, and you can see around me. I mean, Athens so far seemed like we were close to the Acropolis, seemed pretty quiet, meaning tourist, but no weird stuff. Obviously here in these more, you know, neighborhoods where the locals live, looks like more rundown and more stuff looks abandoned, and new stuff they're like rehabbing. You know, it looks like could be any city like in southern Europe or southern Italy. You know, we're close to the Tavros bus station, so it's like a couple stops from the Acropolis, so it's not that bad. But here we are like thinking pretty like regular neighborhood, and we're just walking around looking for a supermarket, and we'll see if we can find one. So we were in this supermarket Critico here in it's called like Odos Lamprakis or Lamprakis streets in Athens. I mean, the guy there was really nice, he spoke English, so it helped. So there are a lot of stuff, so if you're around here, the Tavros bus station and the Tavros metro station and you need stuff, you can come here and give these guys money since they're nice. So folks, we just got some groceries at the supermarket that I just showed you that we found. So for 27 euros we got almond milk, that generally here is kind of expensive, vitamin C, carrot, apples, orange kind of thing, you know, kind of an orange rabbit juice, some cookies that they should be vegan although they're not super natural, one cucumber, oatmeal here is kind of expensive.
No, era 99.
Actually, Stacy said here wasn't that expensive, so it was 99 cents, so that's cool. Olives, rice crackers with just mice crackers, corn crackers, 2 tomatoes, 4 potatoes. This is like vegan cheese, the sort of a feta vegan version. That's kind of expensive, but we got that once in a while. Raisins, 4 zucchinis, 1 bag of lettuce, one of those 2 small sodas that we shouldn't drink, but lately we have been drinking them because it's like we're always thirsty here. 2 bananas. This is a 4 nuts spread. I think there's like cashew, peanuts, and hazelnuts. and something else I don't remember, maybe tahini, and then this is like corn. So all of these for 27 euros here in Athens. So we just started eating, and the turtles, they have a turtle here in the garden that just came outside of the door like right away just when we started eating. So it's definitely like a Greek turtle, or maybe she's Italian, or he. So, but I guess he or she wants food. Who knows?